Hello, great people. Nigeria's former head of state and immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari, is dead. Buhari died of an undisclosed ailment in a United Kingdom hospital. You will recall that recently, the news made the rounds that Muhammadu Buhari was admitted into the intensive care unit of a United Kingdom hospital where he spent weeks under intensive care. Now, the breaking news is Muhammadu Buhari, former head of state and immediate past president of Nigeria, is dead. On this episode of Politics with Joshua Plug, we'll be answering the question, who is Muhammadu Buhari and what killed Buhari? But before we go into that, let us express our condolence to the family, the friends, the former associate of Muhammadu Buhari. Well, may God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss, and may God grant his family, friends, political associate, and everybody that has had anything to do with him, anybody that will miss his impact in their lives, may God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. Now, having said that, who is Muhammadu Buhari and what killed Buhari? Well, it is now in the public domain that Buhari died in the United Kingdom. And let me say something before I go into who is Muhammadu Buhari, because I will be going deep into the history of the person of Muhammadu Buhari. All the some of the crucial things that he has done in his life will be unraveling it, and also we'll be diving into what killed Muhammadu Buhari. First, I must tell you that this video is the first in a series of episodes as regards the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari. We'll be reviewing over time Buhari's conduct, his personality, his brand of politics, and what we can point to as regards Muhammadu Buhari. But first, let us answer the question, who is Muhammadu Buhari? And that is why, if you are yet to subscribe, do want to subscribe to this channel, because other episodes will be coming up, and some of the things that I will say now will help you in understanding my other videos as regards the man Muhammadu Buhari. Buhari was born on 17th December 1942, and he died on 13th July 2025. Muhammadu Buhari has 10 children. He has 10 children from 2 wives. His first wife is Safina, while his second wife is Aisha Buhari. Safina is reportedly late, while Aisha Buhari is alive. So he has a summation of 10 children from these 2 wives, one reportedly dead and one living. Now, Muhammadu Buhari has occupied so many positions in Nigeria. In fact, some of you will be surprised when I begin to tell you the crucial position that Muhammadu Buhari has occupied. In fact, when I was going through the position that Muhammadu Buhari has occupied in Nigeria, I was wondering that, oh, this man has had this kind of opportunity in the history of Nigeria. Not everybody has this kind of opportunity. So if Nigeria is still the way it is today, definitely you cannot remove the hand of Muhammadu Buhari. But then that is a discourse for another day. This video is about who is Muhammadu Buhari, and to kind of like pay our condolence to his friends and family. But other episodes will be digging deep into the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari. But let me tell you that Muhammadu Buhari has been in the position of authority and power in Nigeria way back since 1975. Yes, you heard me right. Muhammadu Buhari have been occupying sensitive positions, position of influence, position of importance, position of authority in Nigeria since 1975. And you know that before you begin to occupy such positions, you must have been within the corridors of powers. But then his first position of importance is when he was the governor of Northeastern State from August 1, 1975 to 3rd February 1976. And like I said, before you are appointed into such position, before you made it to become the governor of the old Northeastern State, that means that you must have been within the corridors of power. You must have been dining with the high and mighty. For instance, Bola Tinubu is today the president of Nigeria. He was the governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. But before then, you have been seeing the picture of Bola Tinubu with the high and mighty. You must have seen his picture with MKO Abiola, and you must have also seen his picture with the likes of Sonny Abacha. So it is not just one day that somebody will rose into a position of prominence. But then his first major position was in 1975 to 1976 as the governor of Northeastern State. The second position was between 3rd February 1976 to 15 March 1976. And Muhammadu Buhari, within this short period of time, was the governor of Borno State. Muhammadu Buhari was the governor of Borno State between 3rd February 1976 to 15 March 1976. The third crucial position was on March 1976 to June 1978, Muhammadu Buhari was appointed the Federal Commissioner of Petroleum and Natural Resources, reportedly during the reign of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. So, as Buhari was leaving his office as governor of Borno State, Obasanjo appointed him as the Federal Commissioner of Petroleum and Natural Resources, a position he held for about 2 years between March 1976 to June 1978. Another sensitive position that Muhammadu Buhari owed, in fact, one of the most sensitive positions, was when they planned the coup of Shehu Shagari and Muhammadu Buhari emerged as Nigeria's head of state. Muhammadu Buhari became Nigeria's head of state on 31st December 1983 when Nigerians were planning to kind of like shout Happy New Year. The Muhammadu Buhari team struck and he was made the head of state on 31st December 1983 and he ruled to 27 August 1985. So Muhammadu Buhari ruled Nigeria as the former military head of state from 31st December 1983 to 27 August 1985. Now, afterward, Muhammadu Buhari became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2015 to 2023. He ruled for 2 terms of a cumulation of 8 years. And within the period that he reigned as president, Muhammadu Buhari appointed himself as the Minister of Petroleum Resources, a position he occupied between 11 November 2015 to 29 May 2023, the day he left office and handed over to the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. So you can see that Muhammadu Buhari has been in position of authority, power, and influence date back to 1975. So if you are one of the leaders of Nigeria from 1975 to 2023, that is a whole lot of years. But then you may want to ask yourself, all these positions, being the former head of state and former president of Nigeria, is his lifetime and his position in public office really impactful on the people of Nigeria? But that is an analysis for another time. As I said, different series will be coming up about the person of Muhammadu Buhari, but this video is about who is Muhammadu Buhari and to pay our condolence to his friends and family. One shocking thing that kind of like shook me to the bone is people's reaction as regards the death of Muhammadu Buhari. I was shocked that people were doubting if it is truly the Muhammadu Buhari. Some are saying that, oh, Muhammadu Buhari had died years ago. Some are saying, oh, this is not the real Buhari. Well, I think that to some extent, you cannot know Buhari more than his friends and family. So if people that are close to him are saying that this is Muhammadu Buhari, I think that at this point in time, it is just kind of like fair enough for you to pay your condolence to the friends and family of Muhammadu Buhari, because like him or hate him, Muhammadu Buhari is gone now. Definitely we all are going to die someday. So whether it is the real Buhari or fake Buhari, whether Buhari has died long ago, whether it is Jubilee from Sudan or any conspiracy theory that wants to emerge, the thing is that in the record of history of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, former president and former military head of state, died on this day of July 2025. So I think we need to take note of that. And I kind of like feel a bit sad because some people were even laughing, and I really can't blame the people that are laughing about the death of Muhammadu Buhari, because it shows the kind of impact that Buhari has had in their lives. And you know, as some people are laughing, as some people are rejoicing, some people will be crying, some will be weeping. The reason for that is the influence that Muhammadu Buhari has had on their respective life. If Muhammadu Buhari has had a positive impact on your life, definitely you will feel bad. But then, if Buhari is all shades of wrong, if it's all shades of negativity, poverty, anguish, definitely you will just be laughing. But then, I know that Buhari is not all shades of wrong, because there are some people that will miss him dearly and they will miss him truly. But we must look at something, which is the culture of Nigeria's president dying abroad. This culture needs to stop, because right now the news is making the rounds that President Bola Tinubu has again dispatched Kashim Shettima to the United Kingdom to escort the corpse of Muhammadu Buhari back to Nigeria. I, for one, don't think this is necessary. But then, if the president deems it worthy out of respect, well, so be it. He is the president and commander-in-chief. But then again, I think that we need to look into this culture of Nigeria's president dying in the diaspora. Yaradua died in Saudi Arabia reportedly, and now Muhammadu Buhari died in the United Kingdom. So we need to kind of like look into this in such a way that if our former leaders want to die, they should die on the Nigerian. So I think that is more glorious than dying in a foreign land. So this culture of dying in a foreign land needs to stop. But another thing is that Buhari died just 2 years after being president. So that means that he died after 2 years of making decisions that will shape the life of Nigerians for solid 8 years. Buhari took decisions that prospered and ruined people's destiny for 8 years. And just 2 years afterward, he died. That means that he's not even alive sufficiently enough to witness the kind of like impact of the effect that of the decisions that he has made. But then again, as the Muslim will say, inna lillahi, I don't know how to say it in complete version, and I don't want to kind of like say it anyhow. But then, may God grant the family of Muhammadu Buhari and his friends the fortitude to bear the loss. All souls are going to die one day, and now it is the turn of Muhammadu Buhari, former head of state, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Adieu, Muhammadu Buhari. May your soul rest in peace. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your show blog, Dr. Omosoladeji. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.